The car that taught me the most wasn't my most successful one. It wasn't the car that got attention. It wasn't the one that opened doors. It was the one that no one knew about. It was the one that kept breaking down. And if I haven't lived through that build, I don't think I would have survived the ones that came after. I'm Johnny O. I built a few cars some people recognize. But I didn't start with confidence. I didn't start with the roadmap. And I definitely didn't know what I was doing. This channel isn't about flexing finished cars. It's about builds that earn the next one. And this story, the MR2, is the one that quietly shaped everything that came after. At the time, I was deep into building the Celica. The car was starting to get attention. Sponsors, expectations, momentum. People assume that's when confidence show up. But confidence and momentum aren't the same thing. I needed a second car, something I could drive, something I can learn on without risking the thing everyone was watching. That's when the MR2 showed up. It was a 91 MR2. I bought it from a kid who street raced it and killed it. The 5SFE threw a ride. There's a hole big enough in the block that even dental records couldn't identify the motor. But sitting in the corner of his garage was a J-Spec 3S GTE, still on a pallet. He lost his license. The swap never happened. The whole thing just stalled out. I bought that car knowing I couldn't test drive it. I couldn't verify the motor or any of the moving parts. I didn't fully understand what I was signing up for. But I did it anyways. Up until then, my knowledge was basic. I was comfortable taking things apart, but forced induction, that was a new territory. That swap wasn't just a motor change. New engine, new layout, mid-engine packaging. A tight engine bay that kept fighting back. And nothing in that engine bay transferred over. Mounts didn't line up. Wiring wasn't a plug and play. I had to get a whole new wire harness, and even that harness didn't work out. Every decision affected 3 other systems. This wasn't the YouTube era. This wasn't step-by-step forums. This was, it broke? What does this part actually do? Why does the car care? And how do I fix it without making it worse? Once I finally got it running, it never stayed running for long. I didn't think I ever went more than a couple months without something failing. Cooling issues that showed up randomly, not thermostat stuff, not the obvious stuff. Boost related problems that would shut the car off without warning. Brake issues that made me second guess driving it. Electrical issues that left me stranded on an upward hill in the middle of the night. Then the flywheel lesson. A couple months in, I suddenly couldn't get the car in gear. I quickly had to learn how to rev mash to get into gear while driving, and I would need to shut the car off to get it back into the first. It turned out a flywheel couldn't be resurfaced. Who could have thunk? It drove fine at first, until it didn't. That's the kind of problem you only learn after it cost you. It was exhausting. But it was also the most educational thing that ever happened to me. Nothing teaches you faster than fixing problems in real time when you need the car the most. Here's the part I didn't understand back then. People around me had confidence in me before I had it in myself. They saw the Celica and assumed I knew exactly what I was doing. I didn't. I wasn't confident, but I was resourceful. And the MR2 exposed every gap in my knowledge. After a year or two of constant breakdowns, I walked away. I tore the entire car down to the frame, sold every usable piece, and sold the chassis to a local MR2 specialist. For a long time, that felt like failure. But looking back, it was one of the smartest decisions I've ever made. That car didn't give me trophies. It didn't give me attention. It gave me something better. It taught me how systems actually worked, how to diagnose instead of guessing, how to stay calm when things go wrong. Without the MR2, I don't think I would have had the courage to start the Lotus. The Lotus has prestige. It felt expensive to mess up. And I wouldn't have touched it if I didn't truly trust my abilities to recover from a mistake. Success feels good, but struggle builds capacity. Not every build is meant to be finished. Some exist to prepare you so the next one can survive. In the next episode, we're going to talk about why dream builds break people halfway through. This is Tuner Playbook, a guide for dreamers to build something extraordinary. Let's go get it.